Hey, what is going on, gang? It's your boy TM Trick coming back at you with another video, guys. And today, I just wanted to hop on here really fast and show you guys a couple of settings that you can change in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodhunt that I personally use and I think will be highly beneficial for you guys to use as well. Just to really improve your gameplay and give you a lot of nice quality of life changes in this game that will really just take your gameplay to the next level. I don't want to hold you guys for too long, so let's go ahead and jump straight into this. And remember, guys, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to go down and smash that like button and hit the subscribe button with all notifications on so you know every time I upload another video. And let's get straight into it. Alrighty, so jumping into the settings tab over here, guys, we're gonna jump right into gameplay, and there are a few settings here that are very important. Not a lot though. Starting off with the auto swap default pistol option. Now this one is very important, and I believe that everyone playing honestly should have this on. What this does is that when you jump into the game and you want to swap out your first two weapons, let's say you find a shotgun and an AK on the ground, you want to pick up both of these weapons, instead of when you press you spam press E to pick up those weapons, instead of just swapping out the first weapon slot, it's going to immediately swap that default pistol and pick up the second weapon. So that is a very smooth interaction, and you don't have to worry about swapping between the two weapon slots to pick up both of the weapons there. So this is a really big one. And then auto sprint is kind of a preference. For me personally, I do keep this one enabled, not having to worry about pressing my shift key to sprint immediately after slide canceling or do any of that. That is really helpful. Just frees up one more finger for me while I'm playing. And then on to hold for inventory. Now this one is a really big one, and definitely enable this, guys. Normally, if you have this off, the inventory is going to be a toggle interaction, which means when you press E for the inventory, it is going to toggle the inventory on, and it's going to stay open, making it so that way you're unable to really turn your character, you're unable to really do anything besides interact with that inventory until you press your inventory hotkey again to then close the inventory. Now when you turn on hold for inventory, what this will do is make it a hold interaction. So when you hold down your inventory hotkey, it'll open the inventory briefly whilst you have this held down, and then you can close it very quickly by just letting go of that hotkey, so you do not get stuck looking at your inventory due to a misclick or a mispress and then die. So this is a really big one, and I definitely highly recommend this. Alrighty, so now guys, on to the keyboard and mouse settings. This is going to be where your sensitivity settings and everything is. This one is a little bit more controversial, if you will, or this is very subject to change based on what kind of player you are or what you're comfortable with. My sensitivity settings are on 0.55 with an ADS multiplier of 0.709. Same for my scope sensitivity. This is what's good for me, and personally I play with my sensitivity all the time, so I am consistently changing it to try and figure out what works best for me, which is what I recommend for you guys to do as well. If you would like to copy these sensitivity settings, by all means go ahead, input this into the game and play a few games with it and see how you like it. But the best thing that you can do for yourself is to try and play around with sensitivities, play a good amount of games, maybe take a few days to play with that sensitivity and build muscle memory. That's the only way that you'll really be able to get good with one sensitivity. Changing your sensitivity and is not going to immediately make you a better player, so definitely play around with that and find what works best. Weapon cycle style. Now this is another preference thing for me personally. I only have it on ranged weapons, which means when I scroll my scroll wheel to switch weapons, it's only going to swap between my first and second weapon slot, and I will have to manually press 3 to pull out my melee weapon, just so that way there's no misclicks there. I will just easily know that the next primary weapon will come out when I swap weapons. Now I don't play on controller, so I don't really do anything, with the gamepad settings, but, they're there if you do play on controller. It's the same thing for keyboard and mouse. Just play around with your sensitivity there. Now, guys, onto the graphics settings. Now, if you guys are playing in the early access, there is a lot of bugs with this game. The game is not very well optimized, so you will honestly 9 times out of 10 run into lag spikes or frame drops, and 9 times out of 10 that's not due to your system, but that is just how the game is built right now. There are a lot of bugs that needs to be worked out in the game. So I actually will be dropping a link down in the description to a paste bin that is going to give you a list of configuration settings that you can change in your game files to make the game run a lot smoother whilst playing, and this is very, very helpful. I did get this paste bin from a other Bloodhunt content creator. His name is Etnix on Twitch, if you guys want to go check him out. He basically had this on his stream. I popped in one day and I saw it, and I did want to recommend this to you guys. Alrighty, guys, now on over to the keybinds category of the settings. Now with keybinds are always going to be a subjective topic. Everybody has their own preferences, and certain keybinds work for certain players. For me, I have my keybinds that work for me, and there are a few things that I do want to recommend to you guys. If you would like to copy these keybinds, feel free and go through in this video and copy those keybinds. But starting off, I have jump and attack and crouch. All that stuff is default. If you do have mouse buttons on your mouse, I do personally recommend putting the archetype skill and the clan skill on your mouse buttons. It will just make it very easy to get these abilities off, and it will free up some keybinds on your keyboard, making it less cluttered and you have to do less finger movements on the keyboard. Now on over to the inventory. Now inventory I have on tab. There's actually 2 bindings for not only inventory and the map. So what I did, since default the pickup option is set to F, for me E is a more suitable interact and pick up keybind, so I swapped around the E and F keybinds, making my pickup option is going to be E, and then I made F actually my map toggle. Now I use my map quite a bit in the game, so I can check, kind of get a grasp on where players are in the map, see if there's blood hunted players across the map, etc. So I have my pickup on E, I have my map on F, and I have my inventory on tab. Going back to that hold for inventory, I'm able to just hold down tab, let it go, check my inventory real fast. That's all fine and dandy. And then obviously, the rest of everything here is pretty much going to be default. G for consumables, all that jazz. So if you guys want to go through and pause the video at certain points and copy through these settings, you're more than welcome to do so. Now guys, on over to audio. Me personally, I had the master volume turned down just for the purposes of this video, but usually that's turned all the way up, and then I always play with the music volume all the way down. Obviously, if you would like to have the music on, you can, no problem, but for me personally, I like to have the music off just because it does not benefit my gameplay in any way, and it sometimes will make it harder to hear footsteps or sound effects of players approaching. So I definitely like to have my sound effect volume all the way up, music volume all the way down. Now when it comes to video volume, I actually don't even know what this pertains to, honestly, but it's just up for now. Dialogue volume is also up, because dialogue only really does anything. I believe dialogue affects obviously the NPCs in Elysium. I don't know if this affects NPCs in the map. I'll have to test that, but I'm not 100% sure. And then I have like push to talk on and stuff like that. So nothing really major there. Anyways, guys, that is going to be my settings video, or my settings guide for you guys. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you go down, like I said in the beginning, and smash that like button and hit the subscribe button with notifications turned on. That stuff really does help me a whole lot, and every single like and sub is greatly appreciated. I do plan on uploading more videos. I do have videos to come. I have a weapon tier list video coming and a few gameplays as well for you guys, so stay tuned for that. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.